This isn't the last fruit I'm going to master. It's the most sought after fruit in the next update, and it's the dragon fruit. And today I'm going to eat it and fully master it. So let me eat this fruit so we can unlock its true transformation and use all its abilities until we unlock the true dragon transformation. In the first ability, when we use it, we create this fireball that attacks the enemy and causes this huge explosion. And just from damage, we dealt over 3,000. The best part of this attack is that it also hits in an area. I defeated an enemy thinking I would be able to unlock the first ability, and I was totally wrong. I ended up with 59 mastery, but by defeating this one, still haven't unlocked the second ability. This time I'm going to manage to unlock the last ability, and the ability we unlocked is the movement ability. And this movement ability, unlike the others, lets us move a bit faster. But it's not faster than the kitsune fruit or the light fruit. Even so, it really helps if you want to go from one island to another. By defeating Big Mom, I managed to unlock the third ability, which, when we use it, will also be a firepower where we grab the enemy and then slam them to the ground, dealing over 4,000 damage, which is a lot for a single attack. The only downside to this attack is that we can only hit one enemy at a time. We can't hit multiple enemies with this attack. This time we're going to unlock our penultimate ability, and we just need to defeat this enemy to do it. And using the ability that costs 250 mastery, we unleashed a bunch of firebombs on the enemy, dealing almost 5,000 damage. And the best part of this attack is that we can deal area damage, so we hit all the enemies at once. The only problem is that we spread them out when we end up hitting the attack. As soon as I defeat all these enemies using the power of the dragon, be able to unlock the last ability, which is the strongest ability, the transformation. The only problem is defeating all these enemies at once, but this last attack be enough, and we've unlocked our last ability. To be able to use this ability, we need to be at maximum fury. And as soon as we're at maximum fury, we'll be able to transform into a dragon. This is pretty strong. The longer you stay transformed, fury will decrease. And when it reaches 0, your transformation ends. If you use any ability, the same thing will happen. Your fury will drop even more and your transformation will last even less time. But when you're transformed, you can shoot this fireball. The first ability is this fireball, dealing 3,000 damage. It's really strong. The second ability was one where I could only hit one enemy at a time, but now, when transformed, when we use it, we hit several NPCs at once since we end up unleashing 3 fire blasts. And the range of this thing is huge. Now, the strongest ability, in my opinion, C, because when we use it, we end up throwing this fireball over the entire area. It's a really big area, maybe the biggest attack we have in Blox Fruit. Now, the other 2 abilities that are left are the transformation. If we press it, it'll transform back. And the third ability would be flight. But nothing happens when we try to use it. We don't fly any faster. And we also don't unleash an ability. A different effect we have here with the dragon fruit is that we can choose the color of our dragon. It's not just any color, but we have several colors to choose from. The first color is green. Then we have the blue color too. I just managed to get it, and I just need to transform back and turn into a dragon again. And now, and so on. The more colors we go through, the more we'll end up transforming. But it's not just any color you can get, unless you gain enough mastery. In my case, most I can get is brown. And to get that yellow, I'm going to need at least 400 mastery. For white, we're going to need 500 mastery. And for black, we need 600 mastery. You need to have maximum mastery to be able to use the black color, but the color of your dragon won't determine whether you'll deal more damage or not. What really changes is just the appearance. So it's just to make your dragon look nicer in your favorite color. Let's take advantage of the fact that I've already finished mastering our fruit to test our luck, and we got the cut fruit. As soon as Blox Fruits updates, we'll have the fruit completely mastered, test all its abilities. But now the next fruit I'm going to test is the leopard fruit. The physical fruit is really beautiful, especially its transformation, because besides being very strong, we also have the click. The only problem, for the transformation, I need 300 mastery. In the first ability of our leopard fruit, we have to hold it down to deal the maximum damage possible. But the real damage that matters is this last attack where we release this bomb with a fire strike. It hits the enemy and causes an explosion. For some reason, Blox Fruits really loves explosions because every attack has an explosion at the end. But it's a very strong attack that hits in an area and deals over 4,000 damage. For the second ability, throw a wind slash. I didn't quite understand this ability, but in the end, we kind of create a mist. The best part of this attack is that we can also hit in an area, and it goes really far. Even if we're close to this NPC, and that NPC is really far away, we can hit them all. That is, if I hadn't aimed wrong. But if I aim right way, I'll be able to hit both at the same time and deal the maximum damage possible. I unleashed the third ability, and when we use it, we kind of teleport while attacking the enemy and causing this mega explosion on the ground. I don't know if I should call it an explosion or if I should say it's a punch we end up delivering. Even so, it's a very strong attack, and it's another attack that also hits in an area. If we gather all the enemies here at the same time and try to use the ability, we deal a lot of damage to all of them. And even if I use the ability right at the start, we take the enemy all the way to the end of our attack. so we can deal full damage by hitting the enemy once. Now I've managed to unlock movement ability, and this movement costs a lot. It's 200 mastery just to unlock this skill, but when we end up using it, we really fast, and also use it as an attack, dealing almost 3000 damage, which is a lot considering it was supposed to serve only as movement. And if we try to use it just for movement, works but not very well. We move pretty fast, not too far. What helps is that even though it's a movement ability, it's also an attack that hits in an area, so that helps to defeat the enemy. And if you want to go to a certain place, it will definitely come in handy to use this ability. This here is the last NPC we defeat to unlock our transformation. The strongest transformation, or one of the strongest. Actually, I think they're better ones. The one from the T-Rex, the one from the Kitsune, the one from the Mammoth, the one from the Dragon, one from the Buddha. Almost like we're pretending that the leopard transformation is the best of all. We literally turn into a leopard. He's really fast, and we can already an even faster. And there are a few things we can do to get even faster than this. But before I turn into the Flash, let me use some abilities here. Like the first ability, which when we use it, almost the same thing. The only difference, the damage that increases and the proportion of the attack. Now our second ability, when we use it, we release the same ability. It doesn't change anything. This left me a bit disappointed. I hope our third ability is a little better. And when you use it, it's the same thing. What changes is that we catch fire and run even faster than normal. But the effect doesn't last long because we use it, and the effect only lasts a few seconds. But it's enough seconds for us to move a long way. Now the last ability we haven't covered is the movement one, which when we use it, deals almost 4000 damage. And to use this ability just for movement, it's not that great because it simply doesn't go that far. Even transformed, distance remains the same. Now to get really fast, being one of the fastest fruits of all, need to use the C ability, and to use it we catch fire for a while, and then we start dashing. But there is a way to get even faster than this, and for that we're going to need an accessory. Fortunately, I don't have one. A very important part of our transformed fruit which I ended up forgetting is the click, which we also end up releasing, and on the last click we still release this roar which causes an area of effect 2500 in this attack alone. This ends up being good because we don't depend solely on skills to level up. If we just keep clicking, we can level up as if it were a fighting style. The only downside is that this last attack has the NPC too far away. So you're going to have to chase after him. And the item we need to get is from the boss of this island, but unfortunately isn't spawned. In this server I joined, he was already spawned, and now we can defeat him. I just hope that the item he drops on the first try for us. And by defeating him, we're either lucky enough, unlucky enough for him to drop the item. And I was lucky that he dropped it on the first try. Now we just need to equip this accessory. We've gotten even faster. And I haven't even used the ability that will make us faster than this. Just so you have an idea, I'm going to take off the hat, which is the accessory. This is our speed. Now when I put on the hat, get really fast. And by using the ability, we get even faster, especially if I end up dashing. And for some reason, I found a hacker. Script hunting for bounces. Do you think we can defeat him? I think it's really hard, but we can give it a shot. Wow, he's really fast and deals a lot of damage. I think he must already have some combo. That's why it's going to be so hard to defeat him. Yeah, fortunately, I won't be able to defeat him. But I'm going to try my best for us to escape. Unfortunately, it didn't work out either. But it's okay because our main mission, which was to completely master our fruit, successfully completed.